The notion that the Satanic New World Order NWO fabricates global warming to exert control over the population is a conspiracy theory that has gained traction among some groups. Proponents of this idea claim that a secretive, elite group of individuals is manipulating the narrative around climate change to further their own agenda, which includes establishing a one-world government, dismantling national sovereignty, and imposing a tyrannical regime on humanity. According to this narrative, the NWO allegedly creates and disseminates false information about the dangers of global warming to create a sense of urgency and fear among the population. This, in turn, is supposed to prompt governments and individuals to surrender their rights and freedoms to the NWO, allowing them to implement their sinister plans for global domination. The NWO is said to comprise powerful individuals, organizations, and institutions that are working together to achieve their objectives, including governments, corporations, banks, and other influential entities. One of the primary tactics allegedly employed by the NWO to promote the global warming hoax is through the manipulation of scientific data and research. Conspiracy theorists claim that scientists are either coerced or bribed into producing falsified or misleading information about climate change, which is then disseminated to the public through various channels, including the media, educational institutions, and government reports. This fabricated information is purportedly designed to create a sense of panic and dread among the population, making it more susceptible to the NWO control. Furthermore, proponents of this theory argue that the NWO uses the global warming narrative to justify the implementation of draconian policies and regulations that restrict individual freedoms and erode national sovereignty. For example, they point to the push for renewable energy sources, carbon taxes, and emission reduction targets as evidence of the NWO attempts to exert control over the global economy and dictate how people live their lives. They also claim that the NWO is using the global warming agenda to redistribute wealth and resources, with the ultimate goal of creating a two-tiered society in which the elite hold all the power and the masses are relegated to a state of servitude. However, a closer examination of the evidence reveals that the overwhelming majority of scientists and experts agree that human-induced climate change is real and poses a significant threat to the planet. The scientific consensus is based on decades of research and data, which demonstrate that the increasing levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, primarily caused by human activities such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation, are leading to rising temperatures, more extreme weather events, and other environmental disruptions. In contrast, the conspiracy theory that the NWO is fabricating global warming to control the population is not supported by credible evidence and relies on unverifiable claims and speculations. It is also worth noting that the idea of the satanic NWO is a baseless and inflammatory concept that has been debunked by experts and fact-checkers. The notion that a secretive group of elites is working to create a one-world government and impose a tyrannical regime on humanity is a fiction that has been perpetuated by misinformation, propaganda, and prejudice. In conclusion, the claim that the Satanic New World Order is fabricating global warming to control the population is a conspiracy theory that lacks credibility and is not supported by empirical evidence. The overwhelming scientific consensus is that human-induced climate change is real and requires urgent attention and action. Rather than perpetuating baseless conspiracy theories, it is essential to focus on addressing the very real challenges posed by climate change and working towards a more sustainable and equitable future for all. By promoting critical thinking, media literacy, and fact-based information, we can mitigate the spread of misinformation and work towards a more informed and engaged public discourse.